Voting ballots are in, awards have been decided, and we have more players in the World Team of the Year than any other club. I think we kind of have to win the Champions League this year, don't we? Hello and welcome to Club 6, part 51 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a massive game in La Liga away against Real Madrid, closest rivals, although close. We're 15 points clear of them. They're not that close. And we're also against Las Palmas. Since you were last with me, everything's still continuing to go well, other than the fact that we did lose twice against Real Madrid. We did put heavily rotated teams out. It was the Copa del Rey. We've now got that out of the way. We are still unbeaten in the league at the halfway point, but we are going away to Real Madrid now. So I imagine they'll be quite keen to beat us for the third time this month. And I wouldn't be at all surprised or even particularly disappointed if they did. We've had a sensational first half of the season. This is what it looks like. 19 games played, 18 won. In fact, that isn't even the most impressive statistic. The most impressive statistic, how do we get the... This is the one we want. We've only conceded 3 goals in the first half of the season. That, I mean, in my world, that is utterly unheard of. 3 goals conceded in 19 matches. Now, I mentioned all of the end of season, not the end of season, the January awards are out, and obviously that one does lead into the awards, because obviously part of the reason why we've only conceded 3 goals all season in the league is because we have the best goalkeeper in the world. Winner of World Goalkeeper of the Year, Yaroslav, he's German, that's going to be Yaroslav, isn't it? Yaroslav Zielinski, World Goalkeeper of the Year, but he's not the only one who's picking up awards. Ballon d'Or, Kasongo got 3rd place for the Ballon d'Or. Footballer of the Year, now I don't know what this one is, because there's the Ballon d'Or, there's the World Player of the Year, but I'm pretty sure Footballer of the Year is the one everyone wants to win, because Keith Hollis won it. We have a player who's won Footballer of the Year. Kasongo, 3rd place for that one as well. If we go to the Under-21 Footballer of the Year, we realise that's a load of nonsense, although Santi Llorente did win it previously, but we'll scout this guy, because, you know, we like a good youngster. But once we get to World Player of the Year, Kasongo, 3rd place again for that. And then World Team of the Year, this is where we've got more players in this team than anybody else. There you go, there's your proof. Going by team, we've got 4 players in the World Team of the Year. Yes, Rigor's on the bench. He's not actually on there. But Kasongo, Zielinski, Hollis and Rigor all in the World Team of the Year for 2035. I'm like a proud dad. In addition to that, we've also had the Champions League knockout round draw. We're facing Inter. Inter are currently top of Serie A. If we have a look at their previous or recent history, they've kind of been the dominant force in Italy for a little while, fell off the pace a little bit, but then hired Pep Guardiola. And Pep Guardiola, he's someone we've come across a few times before in this save, most notably when we were with Fulham, and he went from Manchester City to Tottenham for absolutely no reason. But he's since been Valencia, Liverpool, Wolves. Pep Guardiola lasted 9 months at Wolves, but then went to Porto. Now at Inter, he's been at Inter for a year and got them back to the top of the league in Italy. So they're going to be a difficult challenge. But let's not worry about that difficult challenge, because first we need to get past today's difficult challenge, which is Real Madrid away in the league. If we avoid defeat here, we've won the league, as far as I'm concerned. You'd imagine, even if we lose, we're still 12 points clear. That's a pretty decent gap. Unless we completely collapse and bottle it, we should be all right regardless. We've had a very good first half of the season. We've got the Copa del Rey out of the way. I'm feeling confident for a 4th La Liga title in a row. We need to really focus in on the Champions League. And we will do that from tomorrow's episode. But last piece of news, Mark Bamba? Is that his name? Mark Bamba has done a Mick Powell. 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He's now better than a defender who was just put in the World Team of the Year. People say, Kev, you always overpay for your players. Why don't you sign some good youngsters for not very much? Mark Bamba cost us £230,000. We just brought him straight from his club in the Ivory Coast. £230,000. now as good as our £200 million central defensive partnership. We have the three, as far as I'm concerned, the three best young defenders in the world. Quito's currently away with Brazil under 23s. I don't even know what they're doing. He's been away for a couple of weeks. So it's giving Bambra an opportunity to get a run in the team. And when Quito's back, I genuinely don't know who's going to partner him. Bamba or Rigor, or just rotate a lot. Poor old Anand's just looking on, wondering where it all went wrong for him. He's still only 29. His career shouldn't be over yet. But look at the state of these star ratings. I know it's not the be-all and end-all, but look at the state of the star ratings. In fact, if we have a look at even looking at the bench, look at the state of the star ratings. We're a good team, and hopefully we'll prove that against Real Madrid today. So, Zielinski in goal. A back four of Rybak, Bamba, Rigor and Serdic, with Ramos and Ats in midfield, Hollis, Lorenzo and Kasongo in behind, Llorente up front. Why has he fallen off of being able to... So he can no longer do any of these positions perfectly. Yet he's one of the best strikers in the world and the best player at the club. I don't understand how that works. How can he be... He can play pretty much one, but I guess he can do a little bit of out on the wing as well. But primarily one position, but he's not completely natural in any of the roles in that position, despite being one of the best people in the world at doing that position. I don't understand. Right, let's... what can we do as a team talk? We're favourites for a reason. Go out there and make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. I mean, what a team talk. What a team talk to give ahead of a game away against Real Madrid. But it is absolutely the case. We're the best team in the world. I'm throwing that out there. We are the best team in the world. We currently have... Our reputation has shot up as well. We're now a 5-star reputation team. I'm a 4.5-star reputation manager. Yes, we're in an extraordinary amount of debt, but we're pretending that's not happening. And who's... Oh, they're disinterested. That's all right. I thought we'd gone disinterested because obviously we normally play in white. Should we have 10 minutes of passion while they're disinterested? It seems like the perfect opportunity to. Lorenzo to Hollis. Back to Lorenzo again. Here's Ats. Ats from the edge of the area fires just wide. And I am still considering selling Ats just to clear the debt more than anything. If we could sell him, we clear the debt. We do need to replace him. We need another central midfielder, really. We're playing Soto and Gould a lot in central midfield at the moment. Obviously, O'Neill's around as well. But just seems to have regular ongoing fitness issues. But once again, Ats has picked up a yellow card in a big game. I think I'm just going to take him off at half-time. I don't think it's worth the risk keeping him on the pitch. Dig in, give it everything you've got. I like that as a team talk. But Ats on a yellow card is just more trouble than he's worth. So Soto can come on for him. Soto gradually getting better at playing central midfield. A couple of people questioned whether you could become natural in a position you weren't natural with to begin with. There's your evidence that you can, because Soto previously was a natural defensive midfielder and an accomplished midfielder. He's now natural at central midfield as well, after playing there lots and training there for like 2 years. Gould is also in the process of converting to be a central midfielder. I don't know how close he's getting to being natural. I think he's accomplished at the moment, but he's also going to be in our central midfield mix because obviously Kasongo is going to be the man out on that right-hand side for a long time. But yeah, for those of you questioning whether you can become natural, you can absolutely become natural at a position. He's also a competent centre-back as well. What an excellent player to have around the place Soto is. That he can just... He's just there to stop Ats getting sent off. He'll probably get sent off himself now, just to fit himself fully into the Ats mould. But I think that's just the safest thing to do in these big games. We know what he's like. We know his antics. Yellow card, off. Easy peasy. And we'd be happy with a draw from this game. Real Madrid are attacking at the moment, but we've got a tackle in and another tackle. And here is Soto. Soto's massive. He's 6'3" as well. He just looks enormous charging through that midfield. Llorente, Serdic, across to Ramos. Ramos on the edge of the area scores a fantastic goal. That's why he's our captain these days. 4th goal of the season for Ramos. And just on the stroke of the hour mark, it's Real Madrid 0, Sevilla 1. As it stands at the moment, I haven't checked the league table, so this is Kev Maths. But if it ends like this, I think we're 18 points clear at the top of the table after 20 games. The days of Real Madrid just picking up random points. There you go. There's your evidence. The days of Real Madrid just picking up points that we don't know how we got them, are long gone. We've won 5 more games than them already this season. I think the era of Real Madrid is over. They've got an ageing team, and I think it's time for them to go away, rebuild, like what Barcelona are going through at the moment. It's the perfect time for us to emerge as the big team in Spain, because Barcelona have already fallen off the boil, and Real Madrid look like they're on the way down as well. So it's the perfect time for us to emerge. I think Ryback, is he getting sent off for this? Because it said... So he's already been given the yellow card, but now the ref's gone to the little telly for the penalty review. Why is it Ryback fouled him? Why is it a Keith Hollis penalty review? I don't understand. The little telly's gone mad. Don't give it. So it is a penalty. Why did Ryback get booked if Hollis gave it away? Zielinski saves the penalty. He just... 3 goals in a season is enough for him to concede. He doesn't want to concede anymore. So he'll just save penalties as well. He's not bothered. He just doesn't want any more. He wants to set the clean sheet record. What's the record for least goals conceded in a league season in a major league? Because Zielinski is after it. Kasongo plays it forward to Perez. In fact, I'm going to look up after this game. Remind me in the comments if I don't. Because Gomez has played a few league games as part of rotation. I wonder if Zielinski has conceded a goal at all this season. Because those 3 goals conceded may well have been in games that Gomez was playing in. Lorenzo. Oh, what a pass to Perez. Slight sniff of offside maybe, but the linesman's having none of it. And it's the 14th goal of the season for Perez. It's a double Jesus day today. Both Jesuses have scored. This is a wonder pass from Lorenzo, who really has... In a team full of 4 and 4.5 star players, Lorenzo doesn't look out of place. He has got better and better season on season. And I am no longer in the market for an attacking midfielder because I think we've got one of the best there is in the shape of Lorenzo. Let's make our final substitution. I want to bring Gould on just because I like having him on the pitch. Gould can come on the right wing. Recently he's been playing in central midfield whenever he comes on, but let's get him out there on the wing for today, just to have his experience. And he, former captain. I know he's still quite young, but he's played a lot of games for us. He's won 3 league titles with us. That can't be said for all of these players. Jason Gould knows how to get the job done and get him on the pitch for that experience and that calming influence. Ramos plays it out to Serdic. Serdic is in acres of space. Cross comes over, ends up back with Serdic again and can't keep it in. And I think that's probably that. There's seconds left on the clock. And there is the final whistle. Real Madrid 0, Sevilla 2. It was never in doubt, boys and girls. I am very happy with how we've played today. And now we're going to go and have a look at those games where we've conceded goals. I need to know if Zielinski's conceded a goal this season. Because if he hasn't, that's an absolutely remarkable record. Right, league games where he's conceded. Did he play against Atletico Madrid? He did. There you go. Well, he's conceded a goal. There goes that little bit of fun that we could have had. Let's go play Las Palmas. Well, I had expected Quito back for this match, but whatever he's up to, he's still there. I don't know what they're doing. Brazilian under-23 schedule. They're presumably playing in some kind of tournament. The Olympic qualifiers. So he's got... Is that a final? The final stage? I don't understand what he's doing, but he's playing again tomorrow. He was supposed to be back originally by now. He's been gone ages. But we have to continue without him again for Las Palmas today, which I guess is not the end of the world. We've not made any changes to the team. We're in that lovely time of the year where, because we're not playing in the Copa del Rey and the Champions League doesn't start up again for a few more weeks, we're just playing once a week. At the weekend, we don't have to rotate. We can just keep playing our best team all the time, keep winning football matches. It's awesome. So let's not be assertive. We're favourites. Go out there and show them why. We all saw what we just did to Real Madrid. We should be more than capable of winning this game with one hand tied behind our backs. But we don't want any of this overconfidence. This is why I don't communicate that to the players. Mustn't talk like this within earshot of them, because they'll get all complacent and overconfident. But we've got to be thinking we should be able to navigate our way past Las Palmas relatively easily. Where are they in the league? They are down in 13th place. So we should be winning by now. Show some passion. Come on, lads. Let's not get complacent in a game like this. We want to get this league wrapped up early, thinking planning for a deep Champions League run, like I think we have to do, just for financial reasons. We've kind of got to win it this year, or we're going to be ruined. But if we're having a deep run in that, what we don't want is to be in the situation we were in a couple of years ago. Did we get to the semi-final? We got quite deep in it. Oh, what a goal from Llorente. What a header. But we got quite deep into it and ended up playing like 4 games in 8 days because we had Copa del Rey games, league games in hand that we had to win to be able to win the league title, Champions League games. It was just a lot all in one go. No Copa del Rey this year. It would be nice to have the League One before the Champions League semi-finals even start, so we can literally just focus on the latter stages of the Champions League and play the reserves in the league. It would be awesome. Right. I'm happy. Keep going. That's cheered everybody up. Excellent stuff. 12 shots, 65% possession so far, and they've had 1 shot. I want a couple more goals fairly early in the second half. Then we'll do a little bit more rotation, get the likes of Soto on, Gould on in the centre of midfield to continue his progression. Likewise, Korkmaz out on the left-hand side to continue his conversion into being a left winger, because he's never getting in this team as a striker again, with Perez and Llorente ahead of him. Sprays it out to Ryback on the left-hand side, who doesn't actually get there, but there is absolutely nobody trying to get in behind him for Las Palmas. So they're playing such a negative system that if they were going to have an opportunity to grab a goal, it was there. But just nobody putting Bamba under any kind of pressure, and we just get to slowly build again from the back through Ramos, plays it into Llorente, who beats his man, plays it out to Kasongo. We've got men lining up in the middle, one of which is Hollis, who ends up scoring off of the rebound. Their keeper did really poorly there. Their header was straight at him, and he should have just kept hold of it. But instead, he's pushed it straight back out into the path of Hollis, back where it came from, and Hollis just tucks away the second opportunity, which is a harder chance than the one that he fluffed initially. But on the 54-minute mark, Las Palmas 0, Sevilla 2, and the gap at the top of the league as of right now is 20 points. 21 points ahead of Real Madrid, but they have a game in hand. But a 20-point gap at the top of the league is remarkable for the first game of February. Right, let's do those changes to midfield that we talked about. We want both Soto and Gould on in midfield. We're going to have them, we'll do them that way round. And you know what? I might just do a triple change now. Do the 3 changes that I talked about. Get all 3 of those players on. And it's all about training them into their new positions. We want them playing as much game time as possible. Soto is already natural in central midfield, as we saw before, but isn't yet a natural at any particular role in midfield. Gould and Korkmaz still only accomplished in their respective positions. I don't know if there's maybe an age limit on converting position. Gould and Korkmaz are a little bit older, but then Soto was training at it for longer. Gould has only been doing it this season, Korkmaz from maybe the second half of last season, whereas Soto pretty much as soon as he emerged as a likely future first team player, he was straight on the right, learn to play central midfield, because you've seen what's happened to Moreno. You haven't got a future here as a defensive midfielder. And he listened, and he's converted himself. But another good result, and we are way clear at the top of this league. So the focus now for the rest of the season is Champions League. That should take care of itself. So we'll be back tomorrow with Champions League. Should we do... we will do the first and second leg because of what happened with Monaco last year, and then if we get past that, once we're in the quarterfinals, then we can do both legs in one episode because they're closer together. So we'll do Inter and Osasuna tomorrow, Inter and Athletic Bilbao the next day, and then fingers crossed we've pretty much wrapped the league up by then, and we're into the quarterfinals. That's the plan. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.